do over here. Let's close this here. And we're going to just jump right in. This is a very, very complicated Torah portion today. It's very complicated. It's very complicated. And I have a feeling that there are maybe one or two of you that will have something to say about this Torah portion. But let's do a little blessing first to soak ourselves in Torah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Oof. I always forget how Zoom is like you hear all the different things. But we're jumping in. We are. I just want to pull. Let's see here. Pull this guy up. We are in Torah portion, Vayishlach. We have Vayishlach going on. So what does this Vayishlach? Very interesting. Just to kind of get us caught up, where are we in the Torah right now? We have, right, Jacob had in the last couple of weeks ran away, stole birthright, blessing given to Jacob by his father Isaac rather than giving it to Esau. And Esau was like, oh, I'm going to get you, Jacob. And he's really angry. Why isn't my mouse working here? Let's get this guy going. There we go. Fabulous. And he's really angry. Oh, we got some more people coming in. Rabbi Shapiro. What is this? Let's see this. Everybody pretend you're frozen.
Up on you.
Everybody pretend you're frozen when his face comes on. Right? Everybody pretend you're frozen when he comes on. Where is he? He's not here. Rabbi Shapiro is joining us. All right, here we go. Nan's coming in. David Trainer's here. Fabulous. Fantastic. All right, here we are. Vayishlach. Jacob ran away to family in Haran. He meets Rachel, marries Leah accidentally, gets tricked. Very interesting. And then marries Rachel afterwards. And now it's time to start heading back. But what happened beforehand? It was really, really tricky with the stealing of the birthright. And was it really stealing? Was it not really stealing? And all his emotions about all of this, right? Jacob is on his way to Haran, is where we have the story of Jacob's ladder. He's distraught, he's down, and he goes up the ladder, sees the angels coming. He sees the angels going up and coming down and going up and coming down. And then God says, don't worry, I am with you. I'm always going to be with you. So don't worry so much. Tells Jacob, don't worry so much, because Jacob, not a very confident human being. Not a very confident human being. In fact, he is ruled more by fear than he is by confidence. It seems like so many of the decisions he makes or the reactions that he has to situations, it really is out of fear and out of, what's the word? I don't want to say cowardly, but kind of like self-preservation, if you will. And in my study of this week's portion, leading up to this point, I went through kind of waves of emotion and feelings about Jacob. Insecure. Thank you, Talia. Yes, good word. That's exactly right. Really insecure, and decisions based on fear and kind of self-preservation, without necessarily the well-being of his family really at the forefront. Right. So we know that the situation with Esau was really nasty, and that Esau leaves, but they're children at the time. Esau leaves what is going to threaten. He wants to kill him. But this is what stays in Jacob's mind this entire time, where he is in Haran for years, 20 some odd years he's there. You know, we are completely different people than we were 20, 30 years ago. But he still holds on. It's almost like arrested development, if you will. Arrested development. And we're gonna jump in today. I'm gonna share my screen if that's okay with you. And I have a lot of text. Yes, Jeff. You're muted, pal.
The thing that you have to notice during this entire period of time up to this meeting with his brother is that he remains basically unchanged. He is deceptive. He is a trickster. He is a manipulator. And he does everything almost out of self-interest. The sheep, the development of the sheep, the manipulation of Laban in his speeches to him. He remains, in spite of God's promise of protection, his acts are not particularly honorable.
Yeah, so check it out. When you talk about transformation, but that is, yes, that's what I used to think.
I'm catching up.
But it doesn't change. He does not change.
Exactly.
You'll see what I'm talking about. Because, you know, we always talk about this transformation of him with the wrestling. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm assuming, you know, but just by a show of hands, have heard this story, the very special story in here with the wrestling with the Ish. And I'm not going to translate that. We've heard this, the wrestling with the Ish. What is the Ish? Is it an angel? Is it God's self? Is it an actual human? Is it Esau himself? Is it the guardian angel of Esau? Is it like who, right? And then there's this whole transformation and his name is changed. Okay. Let me just jump in here. First, just to show you a little bit about it. I'm going to share my screen. This is the one I want to share. Yofi. Okay. Let me just make it so I can see everybody here as well. Bear with me, everyone. There we go. Great. Okay. I'm gonna just for the sake, because there's a lot of text, I'm gonna do the reading today. There's a lot of text, so I want to be able just to kind of jump around. And before I begin, actually, Jeff, when you were talking about like manipulation, it sounds to me, when I hear that, I feel like Jacob, it's almost like he knows what he's doing and he's doing it from a place of trickery and strength. But that's not the way I was reading it. It's still out of self-preservation and fear and insecurity. I don't hear his voice very powerfully, actually, throughout the entire thing. There may be one part, but the rest of it, I don't feel like his voice is very strong or powerful or active. But here we go. So check it out. Early in the morning, Laban kissed his sons and daughters and bade them goodbye. Then Laban left on his journey homeward. Jacob went on his way, and angels of God encountered him. When he saw them, Jacob said, "This is God's camp." So he named them Mahanaim. This is not where we want. Here we go. Jacob sent messengers ahead to his brother Esau, right? He sent messengers ahead to his brother Esau because he knew, all right, now I'm coming back. Esau's going to be there. And he says, "Say to Esau that your servant Jacob, tell him what I've been doing. You fill him in. Tell him what I've been, I was with Laban, our uncle, whatever he was, for this entire time, and I've acquired so many things," right? The messengers, and he said, "I'm going to tell Esau, I'm going to give him all these fabulous things. Tell Esau, I'm going to give him all these fabulous things." The messengers returned to Jacob saying, "We came to your brother Esau. He himself is coming to meet you. There are 400 men with him." Now we're at number 8. Jacob was greatly frightened. In his anxiety, right? He's very anxious. He divided the people with him and the flocks and the herds and the camels into 2 camps, thinking, okay, get ready for this. If Esau comes to the one camp and attacks it, the other camp may yet escape. right? Then Jacob said, oh God of my father. Now Jacob's talking to God, kind of begging here, basically, remember your promise to me. Remember your promise to me that you're going to take care of me. Deliver me. I pray from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, else I fear he may come and check out what's interesting, the order here, that he may strike me down, mothers and children alike. First he uses me, that he's going to hurt me, and mothers and child alike. My Siri is talking to me, because when I said hurt me, I think Siri thought I said, hey Siri. And it's totally, sorry about that. That is, oh, Siri, stop talking. This is bananas. Okay.
It's interesting, Rabbi, that the first part of this message talks about his wealth, his flocks. He's got an opportunity vis-a-vis the angel messengers to actually begin the atonement and the apology. And yet that's not active in his mind.
It's not, because that's not where he is. Let me say I'm sorry. No, it's here. Let me give you this stuff so you don't hurt me and you don't hurt my, family, right, and stuff like
that. Bribery and trickery.
What is so interesting is we're going to see the order of things a bit soon as well. Bear with me. Okay. Yes, Susan, go.
I think you're giving Jacob a bad rap beforehand.
Talk to me.
He has evolved from his earlier, more trickster thing.
What makes you say that?
Well, because Laban, was he a nice guy? He tricked Jacob. And Jacob later started using his head after 20 years with the flock business. Flocks. He came to, if you have an evil person, or does it
I have a cold is what I have.
Does it justify, it might justify, and he wanted to get out of Laban's presence. And I know that in Etz Chaim, he said he's showing that he wasn't corrupted by Laban, even though he did this thing with the goats. But he got.
But what shows that?
What shows what?
That he wasn't corrupted.
Nothing in the text.
Well, let's see. No, let's see what Susan has to say. What are they saying shows that?
The text says it. I said Etz Chaim.
Yeah.
Etz Chaim says.
What are they basing that on?
I stayed with Laban, but maintained my integrity. I was not corrupted by him. They're using it on I stayed with a numerical value of 613, recalling the mandates of the Torah. That was that.
Okay, good. This is interesting. I want to believe that too. This is banana. We have barely jumped into anything, and you've got all these hands. I didn't even get to the good stuff yet. Fine, Besed, Merle. Sorry, Susan, were you finished?
Yes, I said that was a Rashi interpretation.
Well, so this is also very interesting, right? Because Susan, you bring up it's not really a tangent, but it's a meta point when it comes to the way we study text, because it's as if the rabbis and the commentators that come after them, they were struggling with the same challenges we had, but it's as they weren't quote unquote allowed to really question the way that we do. So they're feeling this tension in these questions, but they have to find a different way of kind of explaining and understanding and wrestling with the questions, perhaps getting to the same places. But I think we're a bit freer. It's fascinating. I love that you brought that up, Susan. I love it. Thank you. Wow. All right. I'm going to go just in the order of my screen. Merle, then Talia. Go, Merle.
Okay, so
and then Pnina.
I see where he's praying from, about his brother. I see that he still has fear. I think that he is evolving, but when you're shy, you're apprehensive, You want other people to do things for you, and all these, so that you don't have to be confrontational. And then when you read, like 12 and up down to 13, he's beginning to think about, how do I manage this myself? And get out of his fears of doing things on his own, especially where he's afraid of his brother and he doesn't want to be controversial. When you're shy, that's a huge fear, being controversial. Or creating
say that again, because but check it out, Merle, because that's gonna play out really nasty in a little while. Say that again though, but it's very true. Say that point again.
Okay, so when you're very shy,
you
have a fear of being controversial. You have a fear of going up to people and saying what you need to say. And here he is, he's starting to pray that he's protected from his brother, and that he has this fear that he'll get stricken, and he wants other people to help him because he's not ready. He hasn't totally evolved yet. He's not ready to deal with this on his own. It's not being shy, being fearful, not being able to say what you need to say on your own is a very anxious feeling. And that's what I feel like in these few sentences.
Okay, good. Let's take a timeout on that idea, because we're going to revisit it, because there's some stuff I got to show you that comes up next, Merle. There's some stuff I got to show you. Talia, go.
Mine was just,
Penina.
We were talking about adjectives for him earlier, and I thought desperation, and it's I don't know about the trickster stuff, it's like desperation and also survival mode. So I don't know.
Yeah, but yes, survival mode, but there's also like, what is the reality versus perception? And right? Okay, good. Penina, and then we gotta get to some more
Okay,
texting.
can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so first of all, we have to look at the word malach. The word malachim here, they're actually messengers, simple messengers. And the word malach comes from the word melacha, people who do the work. So we're going to go back to the ladder. So he has this, he needs to come up with a plan. So he sees all these malachim, which in that particular incident might be messenger of God, that promised him that he's going to be with him anyhow. So they're coming from him, and this whole confusion of having to plan, having to meet his brother. And then his name changes to Israel, which means
hold on. Go on.
No, not yet.
No, Jeff, let her talk. Yeah, keep going.
On the letter, his name was changed to Israel. When the Malachim was coming, and God said, I'm with you, and your name is now Israel, which means a person who is going to rule others, a person who is going to lead nations. And this is the point in history where this Yaakov, after all, wherever his mom was involved with and all this stuff, becomes a man, and a man who is supposed to now rule nations. So what does he do? He starts strategy. He has a strategy. He sends the messengers to do the work, to tell Esav what he's about to do and offer him whatever it is that he thinks will be fair. And he wants to make peace. And now he begins to plan. He divides the camps into two. He puts people on that end, and the others are going the other way. He is now about to rule nations. He's about to take a turn in history, that the little boy Yaakov is no longer. Now we are leading with the father of the tribes.
Penina, I used to agree with you up until like this week.
Okay.
And this, every time, when I'm preparing for this class, I used to agree with you, but this is, okay, let me I got to get somewhere. And because you're speaking he's with such strength and he's got such, sechel, and he knows what I got to just share some stuff here. Let me get here, because this is cocoa. All right, here we go.
Rabbi, is this a prayer? Or is this a renegotiation with God? And that's the part that means he hasn't really grown in faith.
Tov. Chake. Just wait, Jeff. Let me get somewhere. Chake, here. That means just like, hold your horses. Gotcha. All right.
Sorry.
No, what's sorry? No sorry is necessary here whatsoever. Okay. So he says, go ahead and keep a distance. He's dividing them up, right? Because yes, he's making plans, or he's trying to like, his idea is like, I'm going to calm Esau down. He's going to be saying, when my brother Esau asks you, whose man are you? You're going to say, and you're going to say, and where are you going? You're going to say that, I'm servants of Jacob. There are gifts sent to you, Esau, from Jacob. He's right behind us. Jacob's right behind us. And this is really funny. So he says, Jacob's right behind us. He gave similar instructions to the second one and the third one and all the other groups. He divided the groups up, not just two groups. He divided them up into multiple groups. And every time, right, the first group comes there and Esau's like, all right, what are you guys doing now? Oh, we're with Jacob. He's right behind us. So Esau's thinking, all right, he's in the next group. Next group comes up. Oh, no. Just kidding. Yeah, Jacob's behind us. And he's getting ready. Then the next group comes and the next group says what? Oh, Jacob? No. He's right behind us as well. And this just keeps happening and happening and happening. It's like trying to break Esau down to be like, well, if Esau's so angry, maybe he'll just get rid of the first group. Maybe he'll just kill the second group. Maybe he'll just kill the third group. And by the time he gets to me, meaning Jacob, he's going to calm down a little bit and be like, man, what are you doing over here? What is going on? And so the gift went on ahead while he remained in the camp. All right, now, this is one of the things that Nina was referring to and Jeff was referring to, and this is the wrestling. This is so interesting, and I really look at this differently now. This is actually one of my favorite texts. It's a very important text to me, these next couple of lines. So much so that at ordination, when I was ordained the Hebrew Union College, we're carrying in a Torah. We each carry in our own Torah, right? I carried in the Torah from camp because that's the Torah that means so special to me, the physical. I carried in the Torah at camp, and I rolled my Torah to this line, to this next line, because I think it speaks to all of us about our own evolution and change and wrestling with our tradition, right? Check it out. Jacob was left alone. And an ish, don't read this word man here. That's just a translation from, and what did we say? All translation is interpretation. And an ish wrestled with him until the break of dawn. When he saw that he had not prevailed, meaning the ish, against him, meaning Jacob, the ish wrenched Jacob's hip at its socket, so that the socket of his hip was strained. And as he wrestled with him, then he said, let me go, for the dawn is breaking. This is the ish to Jacob. But Jacob answered, I will not let you go unless you bless me. Said the ish, what is your name? And Jacob replied, Jacob. Said he, meaning the ish, your name shall no longer be Jacob, but Israel, Yisrael, for you have striven or wrestled with beings divine and human and have prevailed. Jacob asked, pray tell me your name. But he said, you must not ask my name. And he took leave of him there. So Jacob named the place Pniel, meaning I have seen a divine being face to face, yet my life has been preserved. Okay. What is going on here? Now, this is where so many people and our commentators for generations point to the place of real transformation of Jacob. He's had multiple opportunities for transformation. First, thinking that he was alone while walking through the wilderness, but no, with the angels on the ladder, knowing that no, the messengers will be with you. God will be with you. You're not alone. Okay. Then going through all this cuckoo-ness in Haran. Now here, oh my God, I'm going to send over these groups. I'm so scared. I'm full of anxiety. Now again, the wrestling. You are transformed. Dude, you are a wrestler with the divine. Have a little bit more confidence in yourself, in your abilities, in your strength. You're not Jacob anymore. I'm changing your name. Your new name is going to be Yisrael, Israel. That's really powerful. But here's the thing. And it did not, I mean, I knew this, but it did not hit me until this week. Jacob doesn't accept the transition, the transformation. He's still not strong enough to accept the transformation. How do I know? What makes me say that? He never refers to himself as Yisrael. He continues to refer to himself as Jacob. He doesn't go by the Yisrael, the one who has struggled and has prevailed. He still goes by Jacob, Yaakov, Ekev, heel, second, the one holding on to my brother's leg. He never accepts the name. And it's so interesting because we're going to show you again, because this same thing happens again. Oh, Pnina's shaking her head at me. Bring it.
I think he accepted it. Look how he protects his wife and his children first. And puts himself in front of them. So
he didn't. Pnina, he doesn't. That's what I thought too. But check out what happens. Pnina, check out what happens.
Okay.
Boom. I'm going to just keep going. Yes, I'm with you.
Okay.
And this is what happened. Let me show you what happens.
Okay.
Looking about.
Who does he send first, Rabbi?
All right.
You'll notice he's willing to sacrifice Leah and that group first.
Oh.
Well, no, it's not even Leah first. It's not even Leah first. It's not even Leah first.
Doesn't that say this?
Check it out. Watch. No. The maids and the children first.
Yes.
The two other handmaids first. Right. So it goes in order of that. So he says, looking up, Jacob saw Esau coming, accompanied by 400 men. He divided the children among Leah, Rachel, and the two maids, putting the maids and their children first. Leah, Rachel, putting the maids and the children first. Leah and her children's neck.
Get rid of the bad one.
Rachel and Joseph last.
Yes.
But still, he's last. Even though he loved Rachel and Joseph the most by this point, right? Benjamin's not born yet. Benjamin's born in a little while. Rachel's pregnant during this whole time. Benjamin's born in just a little while. And, he himself went ahead and bowed low. Once they were all there and Esau could see all these people and the children and everything like this, then, okay, here he comes. And he himself went on ahead and bowed low to the ground 7 times until he was near his brother. Esau ran to greet him. He embraced him, falling on his neck, and he kissed him. And they wept. Oh, I love you, miss you. Oh, right? Looking about, he saw the women and the children. Who, he asked, are these with you? The children with whom God has favored your servant. Then the maids with their children came forward and bowed low. That's Leah with her children came forward and bowed low. Then last Joseph and Rachel came forward and bowed. And he asked, what do you mean by all this company which I have met to gain my Lord's favor? He's trying to see, look what I have now. Please don't hurt me. Esau's like, why you bring all these? Why? Why don't you just come and talk to me? I have enough, my brother. Let what you have remain yours. I don't need anything. I'm good, Esau says. But Jacob said, no, I pray. I pray you, if you would do me this favor, accept from me this gift, for to see your face. Now check this out. This was also a little bit of a tangent. When we talked about who was he wrestling with, who was Jacob wrestling with? And when we said, Pniel, I have seen the face of God, I've seen the divine. He says, no, I pray you, this is Jacob, if you do me this favor, accept from me this gift, for to see your face, Esau, is like seeing the face of God, and you have received me favorably. So I found that line very interesting. That he was comparing these experiences, right? Susan, I saw you just unmuted yourself. Why did you do that? What do you want to say?
Well, did you mention with the angel, another interpretation was Jacob was wrestling with himself?
Yes, fabulous. Wrestling with
his better self.
Yes, beautiful. Yes.
I read that interpretation. I mean, I didn't make that up, but he wrestling.
No, 100%.
Wrestling
still doesn't. And his better self is Yisrael. His better self is but he doesn't accept it.
However, when he sees the face of God, and that's what hit me, that could be a better self. When you just said that, when he sees Esau, it was like the encounter there, like seeing the face of God.
So he could. Yes, it's all there. It's all there in potential. But it's like, come on, Jacob, just embrace it, accept it. Because who said, somebody here said, he's going to reconciliate with his brother, and he's going to apologize and say he's sorry. And who said that? Who said that he wants to reconcile with his brother here? Somebody said that, right? Maybe Merle, earlier you were saying that. But check out what happens. He is still deceitful.
Yes.
Check out what happens here. You would think now we'd be like, all right, let's, I see you. Now let's fix this. I want to spend time with you. Let's get our people together. Your family, my family. Look at how we've grown and share all these stories. And
no,
Esau, this is what Esau wants to do. Esau wants to reconcile. Esau wants to hang out. He wants to fix things. But watch this. Watch this.
And Jacob leaves.
And Esau said, Jeff, don't be like ruining what happens next. Don't be like.
I didn't say a word. Did I say it?
I heard you say.
I was mumbling. Maybe my speaker was.
Check out. Okay, listen. Look at this. Esau's like.
Let the rabbi talk. Let the rabbi talk.
Oh no, I'm just. Don't please. You don't even have to say that. Jeff knows I'm just messing. And Esau said, "Let us start our journey, and I will proceed at your pace." Which means Esau's like, "Yeah, man, let's go be together. Let's get our families together. Let's talk and catch up." And Jacob said to him, "My Lord knows that the children are frail, and the flocks and the herds which are nursing are a care to me. If they are driven hard a single day, all the flocks will die. Esau, it's okay. Let my Lord go on ahead of his servant. I will travel slowly at the pace of the cattle before me and the pace of the children until I come to my Lord in Seir where you live." Nah, it's okay, Esau. You go ahead. I'll catch up, is basically what he's saying. You go ahead. I'll catch up. You go ahead. I'll catch up. And Esau said, "No, okay, that's fine. But let me leave some of my guys here, right? Then let me assign to you some of my men who are with me, just so we can all get there together. So you know where you're going. I'll go ahead, but some of these guys can stay back with you." And Jacob is like, "Nah, you're too kind. Oh, you're too kind. That's fine. We're all right. We're all right." So Esau started back towards his home, and Jacob was like, "Yeah, I'm here. I'm right behind you." Boom. And he goes the other way. He goes the other way. So Jacob journeyed on to Sukkot and built a house for himself and made stalls for his cattle. That is why the place is also called Sukkot. He left. He had no intention of reconciling with his brother, in my eyes here. He just wanted to save his skin for another day. Now, Merle, we're getting to this point here where you're saying, what you said about him being, shy. But even maybe a shy, I don't know. I'm trying to be empathetic here. I'm trying to be empathetic here. But I would think even a shy person, if their intention is to try and reconcile, if the intention is to embrace the transformation, I don't think that I'm making assumptions. There's still shy people would still do this. They would find in their way, not to be like, "I'm done. I'm out of here."
You don't necessarily find a way because you can't get out of it. It's really hard. It's like
I know but it's given to him.
It's necessary to do, but there's still that, to me, he still has that fear.
Yeah, he does have that fear. But now it gets worse.
The fear is part of the shyness.
Yes, the fear is part of the shyness. It's it goes back to I think, what is the word? Perception about the way we choose to live our lives. For example, like a golfer saying on a putt, get it in the hole versus don't miss the hole.
Right.
The negative language, don't miss the hole, get it in the. I mean, it's still the outcome that you're looking for the same thing, but the language is going to mess with your head in a different way. I think Jeff, maybe you could speak to this as well. I know that there was a study done about smokers and relapse. Right? People saying, I'm going to quit smoking because I don't want to die versus I want to quit smoking because I want to live.
Right.
Those who went with the mindset of I want to live were, 99% time or 90% more likely to stay on the path versus by doing it out of fear, saying I want to die. Talia, go.
Literally.
And then Susan, but we have to get to this next part. Go, Talia, go.
I'll be quick. Literally with the path, I remember in college, then when they put signs up in the university to say, stay off the grass, people still cut across the grass. But when they put signs up that said, please use the sidewalks, students use the sidewalks. So, but that brings me back to what I messaged you, that he just doesn't have any trust, because even when facing God or an angel representative of, and he's saying, it's like seeing God, seeing the face of God. He doesn't even trust God, it seems. Like he has no trust.
Oh my God, you just check this out.
I'm so proud of you, Talia. You got the point.
Talia, check this out. You totally got the point, because there's another line, and I was looking for it, but there's another line. This is fascinating. When Abraham accepts the relationship with God, it's like, I accept that you're going to do that, and I trust that this is going to happen. Isaac also, I trust this is going to happen, that you're going to give me this, and that I'm going to get this, and we're going to be like this. Abraham said, we're going to be like this. But it's Jacob says, if you do this for me, then I will believe in you, and I will. So, it's an if-then. Talia, that's all. Yes. Okay. All right. I'm going to go around. I'm going around Susan, then Pnina.
Okay, Talia, great. I wonder, he's a shrewd guy, and I don't think we're giving him credit here too. He might recognize the power of when a person feels. Esau was hurt, and Jacob probably might very well feel he's going to want some recompense at some point down the line. And staying with him, knowing his bad feelings to me, would put my life in jeopardy and that of my family.
But where's the bad feelings towards him?
He kissed him.
He's stuck.
He was when Esau hugged Jacob. It was like when Laban hugged Jacob. Might be. I mean, this was in a midrash. Feeling is interpretation for.
Yeah, which is also very interesting, because some people interpret kiss rather than kiss him on the neck, bit him on the neck, because the Hebrew is very similar.
And what's so wrong with knowing? I just think this is more shrewdness on Jacob's part. Why should he necessarily want to live with Esau?
Not live with him. Go eat a snack. Have lunch. Go meet your family.
Some of it is too, like family arguments. I've heard about those a lot too. And currently with Republicans and Democrats, the best thing is probably not to talk politics and to keep peace. And I don't think it was so bad that he said, okay, you go your way. And then on the other hand, he might be condemned for it, because the next thing that happens is Dinah. And So I mean, there are ways in the Torah that Jacob the trickster becomes tricked by Laban. You know, it's like it serves him right. And now I'm just thinking of that now. After what you said, he's not traveling with Esau. That the next thing he settles in Shechem, and Dinah goes out to be with other people. With Jacob.
No, she doesn't go out to be with other people.
She goes. There were too many men. She said she went out of Shechem to get some friends or something.
Yeah, just to go out, and then she gets attacked.
I know it, but
she gets attacked.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying if you think Jacob was wrong not traveling with Esau, here comes some damage to his.
And he still doesn't learn from it, Susan. He still doesn't learn from it. And this is the thing that we're about to get to. That I was like, I see you, Pnina. That the stuff that Merle said that still just gets me. Jeff, I see you too. I'm going to go Pnina, Jeff, and then we got to get to this next text because we have to get to this next text. Go Merle. Go Pnina, then go Jeff. Pnina.
Okay. I am looking at it as the continuation of the Jewish faith. Yaakov was chosen by Rebekah to be the one who is going to get the blessings because she saw that God was with him. Esau was not a man of God. He was a hunter. He was more... whatever, maybe even follow idols. We don't know. But he wasn't attending to the work of God. And that's the only way that I can look at it. Or finding God or choosing God, the monotheistic God, who is going to continue the whole lineage of what history gave Jacob as the father of the Jewish nation. Esau didn't change. He was afraid of him or whatever, but Esau really didn't change. He didn't care about God. He cared about whatever it is, the hunting or whatever. So Yaakov saw that his way is not going to be Esau's way. He is with God now. God promised him that he's going to be the father of nations. What kind of nation? A nation who believes in one God, monotheism. This is the crossroad where he becomes the forefather of the Jewish nation. That's from the beginning.
I just don't think he ever accepted it.
Well, he's got it. Whether he accepted it or not, he's
I get that, but he never even refers to himself as Israel. It happens even again later.
Okay, well,
he still never refers to himself. Abraham referred to himself as Abraham. He didn't go by Abraham anymore. He went by Abraham.
He says to Esau, "I see God's face in yours," and still Esau doesn't want it. He's not.
He's saying that is like, I see the face of God in you, Esau. And what he's really saying is, don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me.
We don't know that.
All right, Jeff, go, because we got to get to this next part, because this next part is bananas.
Okay.
I think what Susan said has to be interpreted differently. There is a very continuous pattern throughout this chapter about Yaakov that deceit and deception are the hallmarks of this man. Even in the separation from Esau, he was not honest in saying that he did not want to follow Esau to his Seir or homeland. He did it in a deceptive way. He continues to display ongoing deception and deceit in all of his activities. And even
I think you love those words. Deception,
even with
defeat.
Dinah, he doesn't say anything. He holds his peace and doesn't speak out in an honest way. The man is consistent, and yet we call him the greatest of our patriarchs? Not in my book.
Well, let's see what happens. Check out this. This is bananas. Here's what he's referring to. I'm going to keep going right over here. Now Dinah, the daughter whom Leah had born to Jacob, went out to visit the daughters of the land. Shechem, son of Hamor, which is pretty funny that his guy's name is Hamor, which also means donkey. The Hivite, chief of the country, saw her and took her and lay with her by force. He just took her and but he was like, oh, but I love her so much. Being strongly drawn to Dinah, daughter of Jacob, and in love with the maiden, he spoke to the maiden tenderly. But this is disgusting. I mean, it's disgusting. So Shechem said to his father Hamor, get me this girl as a wife. Jacob heard that he had defiled his daughter Dinah, but since his sons were in the field with his cattle, Jacob kept silent. He didn't even say anything until they came home. He didn't say anything. But check out what happens. Right? Maybe he's like, well, wait till the son come home. I'm not going to say something. But he never says something. He never says anything. So when the brothers came home, they were like, what? The men were distressed and very angry because he had committed an outrage. Siri thinks I'm not talking to you, Siri. No, Siri. The men were distressed and very... because he had committed an outrage in Israel by lying with Jacob's daughter, a thing not to be done. And Hamor spoke with them, saying, my son Shechem longs for your daughter. Please give her to him in marriage. Now check, this is interesting. Jacob's sons answered Shechem and his father, speaking with guile, because he had defiled their sister Dinah, and said to them, we cannot do this thing to give our sister to a man who is uncircumcised. So one thinks maybe they're trying to like make it all right. But this is cuckoo. Only on this condition will we agree with you that you're going to become, basically, that you become circumcised. So in the interest of time, I'll tell you what happens. The brothers say this to Shechem and Hamor, and they're like, let's mix. It's going to be great. But here's the thing. All you guys got to go get circumcised first. And they're like, okay, this is going to be great. So all the men of the town and the Shechem and Hamor, they all go and get circumcised. Right? This is going to be great. This is awesome. Yeah, let's all circumcise ourselves and we're all going to live together and trade wives. On the third day, when they were in pain, meaning all those, Shimon and Levi, two of Jacob's sons, brothers of Dinah, took each his sword, came upon the city unmolested, and slew all the males. They went and killed all these guys. And what was Jacob's reaction? Nothing could happen to him. Now all those guys are dead. What's Jacob's reaction?
Nothing.
You brought trouble to me. What do you do that for? Now look what's going to happen to me. Make me odious among the inhabitants of the land, and the Canaanites and the Perizzites. My men are few in number, so that if they unite against and attack me, I'm going to be destroyed. What? That's his answer? The other brothers are like, dude, no, let's go in. And they go and they take everything from these guys who they just murdered, right? They wipe them all out, and they take their sister back. And, check this out. And we never hear a word from Dinah, never. Dinah's voice is not here. And that's another completely disturbing. I mean, I'm thinking, that's a whole other class, at least, right? We never hear Dinah's voice. But Jacob, look what you did to me. And then right after this, God is trying to give Jacob another chance, being like, dude, embrace who you are. Come from a place of strength, not a place of fear. A place of security, not insecurity. God said to him, you whose name is Jacob, you shall be called Jacob no more, but Israel shall be your name. Thus God named him Israel. God said, you whose name is Jacob, you shall be called Jacob no more. But he's called Jacob for the rest of the story. He refers to himself as Jacob. Has he transformed? I'm not convinced. I don't know. But here's the thing. It's after 1 o'clock. So I don't know. Okay.
To be continued.
Talia, you want to? I'm giving you the floor.
So it looks like God always gives everyone, no matter how far down the scale we've gone, another opportunity to be a better person, to embrace the nature of community and the whole, and to let the ego aside and to hopefully grow and learn and become a better person. Because I'm not perfect. I've done some things in my life where I'm like, whoa, and I'm still here. God's given me this blessing of life when I have taken it for granted a few times. So I've been given a second opportunity and third and fourth.
So I love that. It's a beautiful way to end, but I'm actually not going to let you end there, because then I'm going to ask you this, Talia, get ready. And we'll probably talk about this in a few weeks. Tell that to the Israelites wandering in the wilderness when God wants to just get rid of them, but Moses has to step in and intervene and pop God off the ledge. But what about the people who were dancing around the golden calf? What happened to them? What did God make them do? Burn that thing down and then drink the gold. So yeah, I want to believe what you're saying, Talia. So and I feel it.
I take, in order to stay Jewish, I take what I like and leave the rest, because you know, I have to remember it's written by man, and so the stories were control. But I'd like to hold on to all the good stuff so that
check this out. I'm gonna just jump one last thing. I'm sorry. I know it's but I love this, and Talia, that was brilliant, and I just want to share this, something that I just glossed over, but I did put it down in here. When Jacob has his hip wrenched, Genesis 32. Here's how it's like, well, who wrote this? Who wrote this whole thing? Because it's like, we're right in the story, and then it says, that is why the children of Israel to this day do not eat the thigh muscle that is on the socket of the hip, since Jacob's hip socket was wrenched at the thigh muscle. That really sounds like something that was inserted years, generations later, as like let me just give you some side notes here, right? As in the words of Rashi.
No kashrut at that
point. Beautifully done, Talia. I love it. I love it. And beautifully done, everyone. I look forward to continuing the journey line. Keep me posted what happens next week, because this is some cuckoo stuff. Did Jacob really ever embrace his transformation to Israel? I'm not sure.
Shabbat shalom, Rabbi.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
I thank you for everything. I want to say hi to everybody. I miss everybody so much.
Good Shabbos, everybody.
Thank you.
This is Donna. Hi, Miriam.
Hi, Donna. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Hi,
everybody.
Stay well, be safe. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom. I love what
Shabbat shalom, darling.